Pour yourself a cold one and join us for an hour filled to the brim with fun.
It hurts in my ears right now.
Entertainment.
Cheeky, bang, bang.
Information.
I need some water and a washcloth.
And a little weirdness.
Can I be a duck? Yeah, I don't think they want me to be a duck.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hey, welcome to Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Our Veterinary. Thank you so much for keeping our pets happy and safe and feeling good. They're bringing us our furry friends today, which we have a big dog on here today named Bo. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Also want to say thanks to Ozarks Barge and Docks. Docks built tough since 1988. Fantastic people over there. So if you need some work on some docks, go talk to our friends. Also, our friends at Sir Dyke Yamaha are year-round fun. Man, we have a great time with them. They have so many great toys for all year round for fun, and we're going to have that in our show next week. Also want to say thanks to Ozarks Amphitheater. They are our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour. And thanks to American Elm Company for all the fantastic decor. We definitely appreciate your support of Lake TV and the Happy Hour. And now let me tell you, if you're wondering why I have a bag of Doritos on my desk here, that's because it took so long to find these Doritos. I was hanging out with my family. It was my mom's birthday and this last weekend. So we were hanging out. My sister was telling me about these Doritos hot mustard chips. And I'm like, hey, I'm all down. I'm a foodie. I like food stuff. So I was like, let's find these. And she said, oh, they're pretty tough to find. So we went on a mission to find Doritos. On our way back from Arkansas, we stopped at 3 different Dollar Generals, walking in like we were just in a hurry, like, we need some Doritos, the mustard kind. And they're like, we're sold out. So we go on to the next one, We end up finding a couple small bags, and then we found the big bags at a Casey's on the way out of town. So anyhow, I'm going to be eating these during the show. So with that said, let's get on with Happy Hour. We have a fantastic show. Today, we're going to go on the farm collecting eggs at McMiller Farm. So I invite you out to the farm, and we see all the different kinds of eggs that we have on our McMiller Farm. That's going on today. We also drop in and visit with our St. Pat's Pub Crawl edition of Talk of the Town with our good friend Kevin Hilly. It's going to be a fantastic, lots of laughs for the pub crawl with Kevin Hilly. And of course, we check out Shortleaf Brewing. They are located in Camdenton, and we find out kind of some of their new brews and some of the ways that they do brewing. So all of that right here on Happy Hour on Lake TV. Thanks for joining us.
I'm a high-stepping,
The Avett Brothers, live in concert.
I'm alive, I'm a stranger, I love stretching.
Friday, June 16th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
Finally learn what I need to know, I'm happier with nothing.
With special guest, Government Mule.
Sunshine is better than sunshine.
The Avett Brothers, on sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Don't miss The Avett Brothers, live, produced by Mammoth.
Sadness.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, welcome to Happy Hour, and there's no happier hour than if you go to a place that has some beer. We are at Shortleaf Brewing in Camdenton, Missouri, checking out all the greatest brew stuff we got going on here. Let's see what these brothers, John and Michael, have brewing up inside here at Shortleaf. Let's go see. Well, we're sitting here with John at Shortleaf Brewing Company, and we got a couple nice brewskis here. John, thank you for pouring us up some nice brewskis and letting us come in here and see what you have going on here at Shortleaf. I'm curious, because owning a brewing company, I would say, would be a little of a unique thing. How did you get to where you are now?
Well, my brother Michael and my brother Matt somehow got into kind of a little competition. One brother made a beer and it was terrible. And he was basically saying, I'd like to see you do better. And my brother Michael was like, well, yeah, challenge accepted. So he went off and made a beer himself with a kit, and it was just equally as terrible.
Oh, so the beer kit's not the way to go.
Yeah, well, you can make good beer. You just have to know what you're doing. But they both made bad beer. But Michael was like, well, I'm not going to be let down by this. So he dove into it head first and started trying to figure out what he did right, what he did wrong, and kept following the passion. Got really into it. Got a job at a beer shop where he was doing demonstrations, teaching other people how to brew, brewing every week, which is a lot for a home brewer. Most home brewers don't brew that much. So he was able to brew a lot of beer over several years, and eventually I got drug into it somehow. I took an interest in it. We would come to the lake every year on my birthday, and we'd brew a beer down here, and we were doing a lot of beer brewing at home and for people's weddings and parties and stuff like that. So, but yeah, after a while we kept doing it, and at some point I was like, I want to open a place like a craft beer bar or something like that. And Michael and I were talking about we wanted to do it together, and we were going to put like a small little brew system in the corner or something like that, and do like 1-barrel batches. I think it was 1 year later from the time we started planning that we bought our first location in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah.
And what brought you? I know you said that you've come to the lake weekends and vacation here. What brought you, or what made you go, you know what? The lake is where we need to open a second location.
Well, I love the lake. I all through college, I was down here every summer working at the bars and restaurants, stuff like that. I used to work in the marina and detailing boats, stuff like that. So I lived down here for a very long time, just in the summer seasonally. And then I bought my first home I bought it down here. And I lived here for many years. Michael lived in St. Louis and St. Peter, so when I ended up buying a home in St. Louis, and I was going back and forth a lot, and where we were at in St. Louis, there was not really, at the time, a really great place to get craft beer, so that was kind of what sparked it. But I spend about half my time down here all the time, so I'm always down at the lake. I've always loved it here. I think it's a great area. I think the atmosphere in the summers and the quietness of the winters, stuff like that, is always something that's appealed to me. So there wasn't a large-scale brewery down here, and we needed to expand production. And I thought, it'd be great. We have a home down here. We can use it as a base, and we could, always looking for more reasons to be down here, more.
Just an excuse to get to the lake, right?
Right, so-
Why don't you just own a brewery and then you
Right.
can come to the lake whenever you want, right?
Yep. So we put it in down here. We found this building and it was perfect because it's all concrete and steel. The whole lower level of it, where the brewing operations actually happen, it's completely waterproof. Like, ain't nothing to rot or anything. So we got the building and we bought it and we started tearing it apart. And I think it took a little longer than the one in St. Louis because we were doing it a little more casually. We weren't in a rush. But then just one day it's just done. You're just like, you walk in and all the steam piping's been welded together, all the insulation on the lines has been assembled, and all the equipment's been placed, and it just really turned out great. And we've been able to pump out a lot more product and been able to keep up production, which is something we weren't able to do at our other locations.
Yeah.
We have a whole lot more different products. So we have 24 taps St. Louis, we have 16 down here, but we produce lots and lots of recipes. So we have a lot of rotationals. Anytime you walk in the door, you'll find something new or something different. We're always tweaking with recipes or coming up with new ones, and we just like to cycle through a lot of different styles and products. There's usually something for anyone on draft down here.
Yeah. Not only do you have all the great craft beer on tap, but it's a full service bar. You have everything from whiskeys and wines and
Yeah, we don't
Jack
discriminate.
Daniels and everything.
Yeah, we don't
and
discriminate.
one day we came in here on a Sunday and my fiance said, I would love to have a mimosa. And your bartender, it was Ava, she said, I can make you a beer mosa. And I thought, a beer mosa? I've never heard of that. I started laughing because I thought it was a joke. She made a mimosa out of a beer and it was spectacular.
Yeah.
And my fiance drank 3 of them.
We have a
So,
couple different variations of the beer mosa too. So we do one where we dump prosecco and blood orange wheat together, and then we do one with a hard seltzer that we make, and then blend it with orange juice and stuff like that. So they're very popular. People like them. So we do go through a lot of those when we're doing brunches and stuff like that. So.
Well, now we're down here in the brewery with Michael. Michael, how you doing?
Cheers. Good.
Cheers to you. So we've sampled the end of the process. How do we get from this to this?
Well, it's not a very complicated process, actually. I like that.
What do you mean not complicated? I'm looking around here and this looks quite complicated.
Right. So let me try to simplify this. So in a nutshell, what we do is we decide what we want to drink, first of all. That's the first step. So what do you want to indulge in? And then after that, it's piecing together the ingredients as if we were making a soup or something.
Okay.
So for us, the majority of the ingredient in a beer is water. So our water here is filtered, and we have a system that does that entirely for us. We don't sit there and run it through a cheesecloth or something. But we add different salts to get the right water profile that we're looking for on any given style that we'd like to have. So in general, we don't do anything to the water. We like the water to be a pronunciation of wherever we're at. So in this case, Camdenton, Missouri, you're drinking a beer that was made here, and the water is what it is. We didn't do much to it. There are a lot of companies out there that will adjust the water profile to match the exact style. So if like we're making an Irish stout, they will change the water profile to match Ireland, for example. So the base ingredient is water, and that's not hard to do. We just turn a valve on and we got water. But then after that, we have to choose the ingredients like the grain, and that's the second most prevalent ingredient in brewing. And the grain is what provides us with the sugar that the yeast likes, that makes the alcohol that we like. So we add, that's what that's what you're drinking. So we've got a base malt here, and that's usually 2-row barley. It can be 6-row.
Okay, so what is 2-row and 6-row?
They're the different types of plants. So barley is a grass, and on the stalk, if you've got a 2-row barley, you've got 2 rows of the seed.
Oh, okay.
And 6-row is 6.
Okay, so you have barley. This looks very much
It's very similar. This one is a specialty malt. So we have the majority of the beer is a base malt, and then we'll add specialty ingredients. In this case, this is a caramel.
Yeah, this smells quite a bit different than the first one.
Right, so this is because they malted it just slightly different, and you're getting a different characteristic. So this will add slight toffee notes, sometimes biscuit, to a beer. If you're going for a more malty beer, like maybe a brown ale or, I don't know, a Vienna Munich lager or something like that.
And hang on, I think I know this one. Is this hops?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of people think they always go to rabbit pellets or something.
Oh,
but
wow. Now with hops, is this something that I could just eat that?
If you wanted to.
What is this gonna taste like? Like, I have it in a beer and I enjoy it in a beer.
Well, this is a concentrated version of what you've got in that glass, so you're welcome to indulge if you wish.
I'm going to. Yeah, that's
You're probably getting a really, really bitter experience right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it chalky?
yeah, very much chalky.
I thought so.
It like expands in
Yeah.
the mouth.
Yeah, so if we were to
I
get
don't
these,
recommend this.
I warned you, kind of.
Yeah.
So we first choose the grains, we measure them out to the specific style, and then we mill it in our mill that pushes it up to a grist case. At this location, we're able to produce 1,000 gallons in a 10-hour
wow.
a 10-hour brew day.
Yeah.
So we can do that, but if we only had a 2-vessel system, it would take 10 hours to do half of that. So it would take double the time to do the same amount of brewing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important. If we had a 4-vessel system, we could do it even faster. So we don't have that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but
That's
it
the
is-
expansion.
Yeah.
So after the brewing happens, then is it done? Are we ready to drink it?
No,
or-
it's just a sugar water at that point.
Okay.
So it's just like your coffee. If somebody wanted to drink that would be fine. You'd be done. But what we like is alcohol, and the only way to get that is your 4th ingredient of brewing. If you're doing the German Reinheitsgebot, with you only have the 4 ingredients, we add yeast, and the yeast will, depending on what style you want, will change your style. So we typically use pretty clean cut yeast strains that don't add a lot of experience to it. So some Belgian styles or sours or those types of beers are specific to the yeast strain. So just like we have a ton of options for grain, a ton of options for hops, we have a ton of options for yeast strains. And so it's picking and choosing the right combination of all 3 of those elements that really make a beer stand out. Yeah.
So once all of that process is done, does it go into like kettles or something to store? Or?
Yeah, so the yeast you pick depends on the time it takes to convert this sugar liquid called wort into what we call a beer. So when we're brewing, people are like, when's the beer ready? It's not a beer. It's
Yeah.
just a soup that we've made taste bitter and it's sugary. It's mostly sugar tasting. When you add the yeast, if you use a quick yeast like these yeast strains from Norway, or they're called Kveik strains, they'll ferment out in 3 or 4 days and they'll be done.
Oh, wow.
Or if you go the route of a lager, like most people in the US have historically liked, a lager takes anywhere from 5 to 8 weeks. And sometimes beers can take even longer than that. If they're big beers like Imperial Stouts, they need time to age and actually be old because they taste better. So it can be quick, it can be a slow process, but no matter what, we chill it once it's done, in our minds, done. We chill it so everything helps, that chilling process drops most of the particulates out that haven't done already. We'll do some fining of it. We don't do any filtration here, so if you ever experience something in our cans or on draft, that is on purpose.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah, and then we'll carbonate it up in the tanks. We don't do any natural carbonation, so some breweries will add a little bit of sugar into their bottles, for example, and that'll be a natural fermentation that happens again to carbonate the beer.
okay.
And those are, a lot of Hefeweizens are like that. But here we do a CO2 carbonation with a carb stone, and then we push it into kegs or cans or whatever.
I've tried one of those brew kits and I
Hydrometer.
don't know half of this. So I feel like I'm just about done with this beer.
Yeah.
Is it time to sample one here? Oh, okay, I'm done with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely sample.
Yeah, let's sample.
So, all right.
This is so cool.
I'm gonna rinse our glasses out with our fancy rinser.
All right, Michael, we are standing in front of a large drum of what I can only imagine is amazingness inside of here. So is this the last process? Is this when we're all done? What
Pretty
do we
much.
have going on here?
You have this is a fermenter, and this
Okay.
is called a uni-tank, meaning that we do both primary and secondary fermentation in this tank. So primary fermentation is when all the action happens. It's when it's really turbulent and the yeast is going crazy. It's reproducing, it's eating all the sugar, it's farting alcohol and CO2. That's the part that we like, actually.
Yeah.
Then once they're done, typically what happens is you'll cool it down and you'll transfer it over to a finishing tank, which is like that one right behind you.
So now what do you have in here? Which one is this?
This is our blood orange wheat, and this is our most popular beer by far. It's our #1 seller in St. Louis. Interesting enough, down here at the lake, our #1 seller is actually our IPA, our West Coast IPA. So it's interesting how just the geographic location of a few hours, help yourself,
Yeah.
changes the profile of what people actually want to indulge in.
I do love how it is like this. This feels to me a great summer beer
Yeah.
when you're like hot, you just get done mowing and you're like, I just need something nice and cool.
Yeah.
That right there, that is delicious.
Thank you. Yeah, it is, like I said, the aromatics come from the yeast strain that we picked. It's SO4, so that's an English style ale yeast. So it gives off a little aromatics of flower, but some citrus notes too. The blood orange puree that we put in is a aseptic fruit puree that we get from Oregon. And we add about 3 pounds per half barrel, so a lot of puree goes
wow.
into this. But it lends itself to a nice. It gives it a little bit darker color than it had before, not much, but it gives off more of that citrus notes you're tasting. And when people hear orange, they think orange juice or like the orange that you think
No,
of.
it's such a nice.
It's more of a bitter taste and citrus, like almost kind of lime. But blood orange is not orange. It's just different. So it's a good crushable beer for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I say we crush them. How about that?
Cheers.
Thank you again, Michael. And thank you so much for visiting us here at Shortleaf and seeing this brewing process. Thank you so much for showing us all the ins and outs.
Hell yeah.
And
Cheers.
I'm excited about having some more beer. So let's head upstairs and see if we can order some more. How about that?
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Well, the Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, has already successfully put on a fantastic concert. And there's so many great concerts. There's some coming up Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guest Government Mule. Going to be a fantastic show. Also Thursday, June 22nd, little dude named Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andress, and Ray Fulcher. That's the Duck Buck Tour. Don't forget that preferred parking and get those tickets online at ozarksamp.com.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Fancy like
The country music sensation is coming to Lake of the Ozarks.
Fancy like Applebee's.
Walker Hayes, Duck Buck Tour, June 22nd, Ozarks Amphitheater.
I'm just trying to stay out of
With special guests Ingrid Andress
Maybe I'm just wishful drinking.
and Ray Fulcher.
living that y'all like.
On sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Walker Hayes Live.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hilly, and this is Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town. Today it's about all things Ireland, all things St. Patrick, as we're at the Lake West St. Patrick's pub crawl. You've heard of St. Patrick?
Of course.
Obviously. What did he drive out of Ireland? You ever heard of that?
I know that there was a war, and so people. I don't know if it was a war. Actually, now I'm unsure. You
Well,
asked?
he got rid of something in Ireland, something that people hated.
Taxes. I'm kidding.
What did, according to tradition, St. Patrick drive out of Ireland?
An Audi?
Do you know what St. Patrick drove out of Ireland?
Snakes.
That's exactly right. You're the first person to get that right, you know.
No kidding. Wow.
What is the capital of Ireland?
Dublin.
Dublin.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is that a wild guess? Name the first city in Ireland you can think of.
Dublin.
Can you name one other Irish city?
Oh shoot.
No.
Dublin?
Dublin?
Oh, Dublin.
They all start with O, right?
There's got to be an O'Brien, right? There's got to be an
Yeah.
O'Brien.
Come on.
Yeah, you ever heard of, you know the Lucky Charms leprechaun, right?
Yeah.
Always after me, Lucky Charms. What is his name? Do you know?
He has a name.
He has a name. I just
It's
know
always
it's
been
magically
Lucky.
delicious.
It is Lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know the Lucky Charms leprechaun, of course.
Yes.
They're magically delicious and all that. Always after me, Lucky Charms. What's his name? Do you know? What does a leprechaun do by occupation?
Look for gold at the end of a rainbow, or steal from people. I'm guessing. One or the other.
They're actually shoemakers.
Cobblers? No way.
What does a leprechaun do for an occupation?
Help me out here. Yeah, he counts his lucky stars. That's not it.
If a leprechaun got in a fight with a Keebler elf, who would win?
Depends on. Is it like a fist fight? Leprechaun. Absolutely.
Leprechaun, really?
Yes.
Oh, a leprechaun. I mean, it would have to be
He's
a
got
leprechaun.
magical powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, the leprechaun.
You think so?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
I think because they have magical powers.
What happens if you don't wear green on St. Patrick's Day?
You get pinched.
You ever been pinched?
I have 3 older brothers. Yes, sir.
You get pinched.
You ever been pinched?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard?
Kids are mean in elementary school. Oh, you get pinched.
Have you ever been pinched
Yes.
for not wearing green?
No.
You just liked it. You asked for it.
Right.
You ever had corned beef and cabbage?
Yes.
You like it?
No.
Can you name some other green foods?
Broccoli,
Spinach,
asparagus,
like green onions.
green beans.
So, could green beer be considered a vegetable then?
Maybe.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Name some other green foods for me.
Broccoli, asparagus, cabbage. Wow, why am I blanking? Green peppers in the name. Jalapenos.
So could green beer be considered a vegetable then? What is the national symbol of Ireland?
Leprechaun?
No.
Can you name all 3 colors in the Irish flag? There are 3 colors.
Yes, there are. White.
That's the toughest one. A lot of people.
Green.
Yeah, one more.
Red.
No red. No red.
Irish is green and white.
And red.
And red? No.
No red. No red.
I mean, that's Mexico.
Would you rather go swimming in a pool of green Jello or a pool of green Skittles?
Jello.
Final answer?
Jello.
Final answer.
Jello.
Okay.
Oh, to swim, green Jello. Yeah, green Jello.
He's still thinking about it.
I don't know.
He's wrestling with this.
Skittles, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that
said
could be
green
fun.
M&Ms.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Green Jello or green M&Ms?
Oh, yeah. It'd be M&M's all
For
the
him,
way.
M&Ms, it would still be Jello for me.
Hey, thanks for watching this edition of Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town. I'll talk to you on the radio Monday through Friday, 5:30 till 10 on 94.3 Cat Country, Hilly and Hart, and then 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 101.9 The Wave. Thanks for watching Kevin Hilly's Talk of the Town on Lake TV.
I'm a high-stepping,
The Avett Brothers, live in concert.
giving, I'm alive, getting, I'm a stranger, I love stretching.
Friday, June 16th, Ozarks Amphitheater.
Finally learned what I need to know, I'm happier with nothing.
With special guest, Government Mule.
Sunshine, it's better than sunshine.
The Avett Brothers, on sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Don't miss The Avett Brothers, live, produced by Mammoth.
Sadness.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Welcome to McMiller Farm on this beautiful sunshiny day. I got my fiance Shay with me. We have our blue heeler dogs out here. And with this many dogs, they love to leave little landmines. And that is how I became the hopscotch champion of the world, is just walking through the yard, jumping around. So they do a great job. But I think today, on this day, we should do some egg hunting. Do you want to do a little egg hunting?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's go for an egg hunt. So on our McMiller farm, we have some silkies here. And silkies tend to produce some smaller eggs than your normal chicken eggs. So we'll see what we have from the silkies. Hello there. How are you girls? Are you letting them out today? Come on, silkies. Oh, we do have some eggs. you want to, you can peek right in here and see the, we have two different kinds. One kind of reminds me of like a Easter egger is what they're called. There's little green ones, but it's just a little bit bigger than our other silky eggs, or at least just a different size. So those are two different kinds of silky eggs. And this is probably a little bit closer to what you see in a grocery store, but they're usually just a little bit bigger than this, so we're gonna go do some chicken eggs here in just a little bit. So let's collect these. Well, let's get in here and see if we have some eggs in our chicken coop. Now this chicken coop was here before we moved in, so we haven't done any major repairs on it, and it works. Now here's the cool thing about the chicken eggs. For whatever reason, our chickens the last few days have decided, let's just lay some out here on the ground that maybe you'll just stumble upon as you come in. And look, now here at the farm, we just have random goats showing up. Hi Skittles, what are you doing? Are you gonna come on an egg hunt with us? Here's what you would see for a farm fresh chicken egg. Oh my goodness, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, hang on. I don't know what is happening. Chickens, you are doing a great job. You ladies are just, what do you got going on here? Just a little sweatshop in here? I hope we don't get the authorities called on us. What kind of egg production? Are you inviting other chickens to come over in the middle of the night and just lay eggs? I've never seen you guys lay this many eggs. What are you doing? Is there any up there? Oh my goodness. What is happening here? Well, now we are in our duck enclosure. This was one of the first things that I built being here at the McMiller Farms, and it was built during the COVID time. And I didn't have any money to go out to the store and pay $3,000 for a 2x4 or 4x4. So we just built it using mostly trees and stuff around the area and leftover wood that I had, which a lot of it's kind of cracked up. But I think it's cool. We call it the duck penthouse. It's a 2-level duck penthouse. It's really nice. Got a skylight. It's a good thing.
They have twice as much protein in a duck egg versus a chicken egg.
Oh, thank you, Bill Nye the Science Guy.
The yolk is bigger, and it's got a richer flavor and a taste.
All right, now we have 3 of our eggs. So we have our first one, our silky egg. Shay, you can hang on to that one. And then the next size up, we have just our regular hen egg, our chicken egg. And then we have our duck egg. And now I'm gonna show you how to juggle. Hi, Jolene. Oh, watch your head here. Hi there, baby. Ooh, you're a cutie. Ooh, you're a cutie. Oh, did you order the attention for the chickens? I can lay eggs too, Daddy. No, you can't. Oh, look what happened. You did it. You laid eggs. Well, I know Uno's got to be pretty close by because she's... Jolene, you're in the shot. You're in the shot, Jolene. Jolene, you're in the shot. Hey, you're in the shot. Well, okay. All right, just for a minute. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah? Okay, now. All right, well, you can just help me with the eggs. So now we have a turkey egg, which again, a turkey egg you can see is even a little bit bigger than the duck egg. I think it's more aerodynamic, I would say. So yeah, you can throw it just through the air. Uno, would you like to be in a shot? Hey, Lake TV's here. They really want to do a whole episode on you. I know, yeah. Makeup. Makeup, yes. Can we get some makeup in here? can make her grow. Come on, girl. Come on. Wow. That's got to be a double yoker, I'm sure. You want to come out and hang out with us? Oh yeah, girlfriend. There.
Like she's Marilyn Monroe. Look at her. Like her white dress.
Come on, girl. Come on out here. Come on, Uno.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Well, the Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, has already successfully put on a fantastic concert. And there's so many great concerts. There's some coming up Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guest Government Mule. Going to be a fantastic show. Also Thursday, June 22nd, little dude named Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andress, and Ray Fulcher. That's the Duck Buck Tour. Don't forget that preferred parking and get those tickets online at ozarksamp.com.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Hey, Uncle Chris and I are right back at it this week for another cup of coffee right here at Slumberland at the Lake.
Yeah, you're following up on that big expose you did last week on the Camden County Sheriff's Office.
That, and I'll talk with Denny Heiner from the Lake Ozarks Idiots Club, getting ready to hit $1 million spent on local youth.
Wow, and big threats that shut down local schools. We'll take a look at that, find out where that all sits. Be sure to join us for a cup of coffee.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it. Welcome to another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. I'm Megan Albers. We're out here at Ozarks Cat and Canine Shelter to meet a adoptable dog today. Let's go inside and see who we have. Here we are with Mary Meow Me Tilly and Bo, who is the definition of a gentle giant.
Exactly.
He is so sweet. I mean, look at him. Tell me that.
So Bo we have him listed as a Mastiff mix. According to his previous owner, he's about 3 years old.
Okay.
He was initially brought into us as a stray. He was found running around. And when we posted him on Facebook looking for an owner, someone recognized him, put us in contact with the owner. who ultimately decided, I'm going to let you guys keep him and find him a new home because we don't have the time and the space for him and what he needs. He's just a big lover boy. He weighed in at 101 pounds on intake.
Oh man.
So, he's going to need somebody that is going to be able to handle his size.
Yeah.
He is very gentle, and he's actually pretty good on a leash, but he is a little bit of a puller. So, we're going to need somebody who is just going to be able to handle that physical size of him.
Yeah.
We have tried putting him with other dogs, but because of his size, when he gets out here and he gets to playing with other dogs, he can be a little rowdy, a little rambunctious, and he's just a little too much for the other dogs that we currently have, because we don't have anybody anywhere close. I think the biggest dog we've got other than him is around 60 pounds.
Yeah.
So we don't have anybody anywhere close to his size for him to really get out in the yard and romp with. They all get overwhelmed.
Little intimidated. He's large. I get that. I had a theory when I walked out here that he thought he was a lap dog. And he did just try to sit on my lap. So I was correct.
He's very gentle, very sweet. We haven't had him in direct contact with kids yet.
Okay.
We've had some kids that have petted him through the kennel bars, things like that.
Yeah.
We think that he would probably do good with kids, with one exception, and that is he is a big tail wagger.
Yeah.
And that tail just goes 90 miles an hour.
Yep.
And when he first came in and we had him back in quarantine, he ended up with what is known as happy tail.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where the dogs wag their tail and they end up beating the tail on a wall or on a piece of furniture or something until they damage the tip of their tail. So in the kennel, because he is so big, even in our biggest kennel back there, he was wagging his tail and beating it on the wall and did a little damage that has healed up now.
Poor guy.
But
he's just happy.
Brandy and I were discussing it this morning when we were talking about what we needed to say about him and everything. And if you had a smaller kid that was kind of about the height of his back,
might get smacked in
might
the head.
Might get whacked in the head with a
Couple of
tail.
black eyes,
So maybe not the best fit for little bitty kids, just because of his size.
Understandable.
And not, we don't feel like he would do anything to harm anybody, but just when you got a dog that big, they can be a little overwhelming. They don't know their own size. They don't know their own strength.
He's just super happy, super friendly, has no idea that, he's smacking you around with his tail.
So maybe bigger, maybe a little bit older kids, a little bit bigger kids, he'd probably do great with, somebody that has a lot of energy to keep up with him, but he definitely loves to snuggle. I think he'd be one of those dogs that, if you came home at the end of the day and you'd had a hard day, you could just curl up and wrap yourself around him and he'd make you feel a lot better.
Yeah, and he's so gentle. He does this thing where if you stop petting him, he kind of grabs your hand with his mouth and is like, "Hey, bring this back here."
Yep,
But
I'm not done with you yet.
I mean, I'm covered in drool, but there's no biting.
Right.
He's a super great dog. If you want to meet Bo, you can swing by the shelter. If you would like to adopt Bo, because right now you're like, "Yep, that's my dog. I want to take him home." You can apply at ozarkscatandcanine.com. I really hope he gets a home soon. I think he will.
Yeah.
He's just so sweet.
Yeah.
You just have to have the right amount of space and be able to handle a little bit of pulling on a leash.
Yeah. And if you have a dog, probably he needs to be with another larger dog.
Yeah. A little bit of meet and greet. I mean, unless you have one of those bossy Pomeranians, and it might work out. Who knows? So tell me about
we don't know how he is with cats either.
Okay.
So that might be a question.
Keep that in mind. Tell me about the shirt that you're wearing that originally, I have to add, had no color to it until we came outside.
Okay. So these are available up at the thrift store. We've got several different designs of Ozarks Cat and Canine shirts. This particular one has our logo on the back. These gray shirts with the black design are photoreactive,
which is crazy.
So if you're indoors and there's no light, no UV light, then it looks like a gray shirt with a black design. But when you walk outside in the sun, and it's a little hazy out here, so we're not getting the full effect, but it pops with all these colors. and it changes colors, and they're really cool.
We promise the shirt looks great.
And then we've
Bo
got,
thinks he's the star of the show right now.
And then we've got some other shirts that are colored background shirts with different designs on them that are for sale up at the thrift store. Our thrift store recently did its seasonal changeover, so all the summer goodies, you got the bathing suits and the tank tops and all the pool toys and all that kind of stuff that comes in, and I noticed the other day there were some bicycles up there.
Nice.
You know, all those summer goodies that we've got in are out and available, and all the winter coats and things are put away now till next year. Our thrift store runs entirely on volunteers, with the exception of the manager and one paid part-time employee. So they're always looking for volunteers up there, and always looking for donations. Our thrift store funds approximately 60 to 70% of our operating costs down here at the shelter. So that really helps us. You know, other shelters, other rescues that don't have a store like that or don't have one that is big as ours, you know, they have to do a lot more, you know, fundraising on a regular basis. You know, we are blessed to have that up here. We get a lot of compliments on the store and what goes in up there and everything. So if you want to help the animals but maybe don't have the time to come spend at the shelter, go through your closets, go through your house, donate those goods up to the thrift store. When they get items in that we can use down at the shelter, then they bring them down to us, and vice versa. If people donate dog or cat items down here that we can't use for the shelter animals, we will take it up to the thrift store to be sold. But like I said, about 60 to 70% of our operating costs comes directly from the store sales up there.
All right.
Those ladies up there are great. They work their butts off.
So you can support the shelter by shopping at the store, also donating, also if you want to volunteer. But again, let's get Bo adopted. You can go to ozarkscatandcanine.com, fill out an application. Thanks again, Mary. It's always fun.
Yep.
Yes.
Always a blast.
That is it for another Furry Friends presented by our veterinary. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Well, the Ozarks Amphitheater, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, has already successfully put on a fantastic concert. And there's so many great concerts. There's some coming up Friday, June 16th, the Avett Brothers with special guest Government Mule. Going to be a fantastic show. Also Thursday, June 22nd, little dude named Walker Hayes, Ingrid Andress, and Ray Fulcher. That's the Duck Buck Tour. Don't forget that preferred parking and get those tickets online at ozarksamp.com.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
The country music sensation is coming to Lake of the Ozarks. Walker Hayes, Duck Buck Tour, June 22nd, Ozarks Amphitheater. With special guests Ingrid Andress and Ray Fulcher. On sale now at ozarksamp.com and Bridal Cave. Walker Hayes live.
Thank you again for joining us on Happy Hour. Hope you had a fantastic time. We had such a great show. Again, I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Ozark Barge and Dock. Dock's built tough since 1988. Also, our good friends over there at Our Veterinary, making sure all of our pets are happy and healthy. Surdike Yamaha, our year-round fun. And speaking of Surdike, they're going to be on the show next week with another edition of our year-round fun. So that's going to be a great edition you don't want to miss. Also, our exclusive attraction of Happy Hour, Ozarks Amphitheater. Thank you so much for your support of Lake TV and Happy Hour. And thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in to the show. I definitely appreciate it. Also want to say thanks to all of those we had on the show, Kevin Hilly and our Talk of Town. It was great to go visit the Shortleaf Brewing in Camdenton. If you get a chance, stop by there. Check out all that they have to offer. Also want to thank you for coming out on the farm at McMiller Farms. And of course, all of the animals. Thanks, McMiller Farm Animals, for making that happy. And our furry friends. Don't forget, next week, like I said, we go and hang out with the folks at Surdike Yamaha. We also check in with another furry friends next week. We're also going to be exploring a new company that maybe you don't even know about. Not necessarily new, but maybe new to you. It's the Madsen Amplification. They're going to be on the show next week. Also, Constance Hoffman is going to be on the show from COMC. It's going to be a fantastic show. Make sure you tune in for that. And also, if you're out and about on the town and you just want to stop by and see DJ Kyle, I'm going to be out and about Memorial Day weekend. A lot of great stuff going on. The Thursday before Memorial Day weekend, I have people all the time asking me, when are you going to start back up at the Fishing Company? I'm going to be doing karaoke at the Fishing Company in Camdenton on Thursday, 6 o'clock until 10, so come on out and see me there. Also, Memorial Day weekend, I'm going to be at Larry's on the Lake, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'm going to be there in the afternoon, noon till 4. So if you get a chance, come on out, say hey. And I know Sunday nights, we're starting an industry night at Glory Hole in Greenview. Yeah, that's right, Glory Hole. So you can come out to the coolest dive bar you've ever been to. We start that up at 9 o'clock every Sunday night. It's going to be a fantastic time through the summer months. So thank you again for joining us on Happy Hour, and thank you for joining us here on Lake TV. Appreciate you, and please, let's try something new this week. Let's just be happy to one another, and let's be kind. We'll see you next time.